My name's Dave Whittle. I'm the Chief Financial Officer with Alexco. I will make forward-looking statements. We do have qualified persons. I'm not one of them. Alexco's claim to fame, the unique element that sets Alexco apart from most of our other peers in the mining sector, is we have two business groups. We have a traditional mineral exploration and mine operation division. We have an environmental consulting services group, the Alexco Environmental Group. Expertise in that area is permitting. We do environmental program management advice. We do mine site remediation work. We do water treatment. We have bioremediation, patented technology for in-situ water treatment, primarily working in the mining sector. Our clients are in the government sector, private sector, North America, South America. The two combined give us a unique strategic position to move ourselves forward within this industry. Alexco is listed on Toronto Stock Exchange and the New York Stock Exchange AMEX. I say that particularly because 2/3 of our volume trade in New York. So if you're interested in getting a sense of our trading depth and liquidity, you do need to look at both markets. The company was formed in 2005. In 2006, we acquired the Keno Hill Silver District, located dead center of the Yukon. Keno Hill operated from 1918 to 1988. It was one of the highest grade silver production districts in the world. Produced about 217 million ounces of silver at an average head grade of 40 ounces per ton. Your typical Mexican silver mine operation, for example, runs in the 5 to 6 ounce per ton range to give you a sense of scale. In 1988, the district shut down. Silver prices were heavily depressed. There was a tailings failure. The federal government shut the district down because of all that, and the end of it, liability for the district falls to the federal government of Canada's books. 18 years later, Alexco does a transaction. We bought the Keno Hill district from the receiver from the former mine runner, United Keno Hill Mines, and we did a deal with the federal government. We're indemnified against all the historical liabilities in that district. There's 35 former mines. We have the sole source contract to clean that up on behalf of the government. Full contract, commercial contractor rates. I call it the golden handcuffs. We must clean up the district over the fullness of time. And we're indemnified against the historical liabilities. We have every right to explore and develop in there, bring things into production, anything we want to bring into production. We draw a circle around it as a production unit. We take on the historical liability for that little circle at that point in time, and we carry forward with our mine operations. Acquired it in 2006. We've explored heavily every summer since then. January 1st, 4 years later, the first new mine has been opened, the Keno mine, a declared commercial production. It's running full scale at this point in time. Key point is it is not the mine, it's the first mine, it's the first bead on the string for a series of mines to come into production within the district on our plan. Just to give you a sense of the district, it's a very large district. There's 35 former mines, as I say, 30 kilometers long, 8 kilometers wide. Those dots are some of the former mines, size somewhat relative to production. 191 million ounces that was produced by 7 mines, so 7 main mines, 40 ounces per ton. Keno is the mine that we're putting into production just right now. The blue dot is the mill, centralized mill site. We are looking at a number of the other red dots right now to bring them into production down the road, as well as new areas that are not former mines but will be new discoveries for the area. Some metrics on Keno, small mine, throughput basis of 250 tons a day. That's not a large mine. 32 ounces per ton head grade silver. For 2011, our projections, 2.8 million ounces of silver, 18 million pounds of lead, 8 million pounds of zinc. The mill that's been built, 407 ton a day capacity with pretty nominal investment. We should be able to get that up to around 600, 700 ton a day, 650. Certainly the capacity we would need to run Keno, plus a couple of other satellite operations as we ladder ourselves up in the production within the district. Prospectivity, there are a number of mines, as we say, 4 areas that have received a lot of attention in the past couple of years, and we're expecting this coming calendar year to really move them into the development plan if we can. Lucky Queen, which is the highest grade producer in the district, 88 ounces a ton, only 123,000 ounces of silver, but at 88 ounces a ton. Silver King, There's the Onique deposit, which is right close to the mill, and the Keno is an area we're also looking at. Those are three areas that we're looking to try and go underground on to bring into immediate development terms. We've done 25,000 meters of drilling this past year. Our intention is to come up with resource estimates on Lucky Queen and Silver King and Onique, and off of that, base a decision ideally to go underground, go underground, establish drill stations, but really lay the basis to get very quickly into production. Other areas, as I say, that the former mines are certainly a focus. New mines are definitely a focus as well. And there's a dotted area in the center there. In January, we put out results on the Birmingham property. We were pleasantly surprised with what's come out of that. We had drilled it previously, but the results really kind of show the potential, running maybe 20 ounces a ton type drill intersections. Certainly lower than what we're spoiled with elsewhere in the district, but the tonnage potential for the type of mineralization you're dealing with is very promising. It's 1 to 2 years worth of work to try and drill something like this off and bring it up, but it's the type of potential that we look to the district. If Keno is the only thing we put into production, we'll have considered ourselves to have failed. If all we do is put in a bunch of former past mines, we'll have been reasonably successful, but the real dream of the district and our prospectivity is to find another 100 million ounce deposit, something like a Birmingham or something of that nature that really brings size and scale to what can come out of Keno Hill. On the services side, as I say, permitting and regulatory management, environmental remediation, these are the core things. They've certainly been a benefit to us internally. We put the Keno mine was discovered, the first resource estimate in November 2007. 3 years later, we're in full commercial production. The in-house ability we've got to handle permitting certainly is a key factor to expedite that type of a timeline. The Yukon environment itself is certainly a key factor as well. It's a very, I'll call it an efficient regulatory regime. The Yukon is in the process of devolving from the federal government. There's new regulatory processes that have been established in the past 6 years as part of that, and they're fairly streamlined and optimized compared to what you might get in certain other jurisdictions, and they allow for some parallel things. They don't certainly denigrate from the regulatory strictness that's put into the process, but it's much more efficient from an operating point of view. But the services group gives us that access, as I say, to these types of opportunities, the ability to deal with Keno Hill ourselves as a project, cash flow and strategic exposure and advantage really throughout the Americas. $46 million in the bank. We raised $40 million in December. Well-funded, and the objective is to be able to aggressively pursue these near-term advanced exploration projects, to be able to put them into place this year, call our portals and go underground and establish drill stations and set up for production scenarios on an accelerated time frame. 59 million shares outstanding. Sprott Asset Management is our biggest shareholder. Management as a group is the biggest shareholder behind that. Fairly widely held amongst funds and strong retail following beyond that. Senior management, good experienced senior management. We've all been in the business for 18 plus years with a lot of experience in operating mines and exploration and development. Not to mention the environmental services, of course. We have a very strong board of directors with some names that are certainly well known within the industry, both operating and financial. Investment highlights. We're 100% owner of the Keno Hill Silver District, and grade, grade, grade. You can never go wrong with grade. 40 ounces a ton, one of the highest grade silver districts in the world. First new mine has started up. We are in production, generating cash flow. Positive. Advanced projects, names to watch: Onique, Lucky Queen, Silver King, Elsa Tailings Project. Actually, the Elsa Tailings Project, the old mill from the days gone by, generated tailings. Those tailings, there's 2.5 million tons there. They were grade about 3.5 ounces, 9.5 million ounces of silver sitting in there. We have to treat that. We, the federal government, has to treat that for zinc contamination. We are deeply studying the prospectivity for extracting silver as part of that remediation process. Management team with a proven ability to deliver. We got a mine up and going in 1 year. And fully funded for to pursue what really is an aggressive strategy of growth. Unique combination of the services business and the mining. And if I can leave you with the long-term sort of core business message for us, our objective, we want to grow up into a company that's a 7 to 10 million ounce a year silver producer. Thank you.